Hello, guys. Yes, I'm back, and I would like to get started with this red flag video. As you guys can see, this is a cute little tourist town. Homey, family owned shop, but there's red flags all over this town, and here are a few that I'd like to point out. Kylie being allowed to go and drive to a semi adult party. The fact that she was allowed to go and her mother let her drive there. She was 16 years old, guys. 16. And she was allowed to go mingle where they knew there was going to be alcohol, where they knew there was going to be drugs. This has been going on for years, guys. Not to mention out after curfew. Come on. Number 2 red flag. Sammy claiming she and Kylie were close friends, yet no pics of the two of them together. Ever. Not even at the party, guys. I mean, even if they weren't friends beforehand. You would think at this party there would have been at least one picture of Sammy and Kylie together. I mean, they were sharing drinks together, right? They were hanging out all night. They were in her car charging the phones. There would have been one picture. Flag number 3. Sammy stepping in and taking over the whole thing, and Ellie not stopping it. What is up with the law enforcement in Truckee, California? Do they take their orders from the residents that live there? Do they take their orders from the residents' children? I mean, from what I understand, it was the 17, 18-year-olds that were organizing the volunteers to even look for Kylie. It wasn't law enforcement. They sent them to the teens. We have Ellie searching for 2 weeks with no results. How can helicopters, drones, divers, I mean, come on. We had how many agencies, how many 19,000 hours put into this search for over 2 weeks, and we had nothing. They came up with nothing. Red flag big time there. Especially when AWP came in and Ellie telling AWP to not search in the crosser area. Come on. We're so glad that AWP did not bother listening to Ellie, and they did search in that area, because to me, Ellie telling them that, huge red flag. But they didn't listen. They went to crosser and they searched. Another big red flag. AWP finding Kylie after searching just 35 minutes in the area where Ellie told them, don't bother looking. Come on. It took them 35 minutes to locate that child and her car. I mean, that's... And Ellie telling them, we've already searched there. Don't bother searching. Huge red flag. I know there's lots of red flags in this whole case, guys. There were no pictures of Kylie at the party. Not just Kylie and Sammy. There were no pictures, I don't believe, that ever turned up of Kylie at the party. Not one selfie. Nothing, no evidence that she was even there, other than people's say so, and then of course later on the fire cam that shows a car going into the lake. No one knowing for sure what clothes Kylie was wearing. I mean, first it was the gray hoodie, then it was the white and pink hoodie, and LE would never come out and tell exactly, what hoodie it was supposed to have been. Then we had the Nick guy, the roadside assistant, that said it was a light gray hoodie. Nobody knew. If they were friends at the party and they were hanging out with her all night, you'd have thought they knew what she had on. Everyone's saying how intoxicated Kylie was. To me, that's a huge red flag there, that everybody seemed to think that she was so intoxicated she couldn't drive home. Yet they didn't bother to help her. They didn't try to get her a ride. They didn't offer to drive her if they weren't that intoxicated. Megan Cole and her stories of how she coached Sammy on what to say and what not to say and how to keep all of her stories straight. Was that a big red flag for you guys with all those tales that she told and how her stories kept flip-flopping? How, she was going to the teen meetups that Sammy was running, and how she was running into the girls who saw the lights go into the water and then she didn't, and AWP's statements about how it all looked when they found Kiely. Now, come on, everybody was sitting on the edge of their seats, and we still are. We're waiting on those other videos, AWP, that obviously you said that you're not going to be showing because you back LE 100% in their findings. You sure led everybody to believe that there was something huge suspect about this case. The whole autopsy report, we can't even go through the whole autopsy report and point them out. There are so many red flags in that autopsy report, and we're not just going on my say-so or my thoughts and my feelings, guys. We have professionals saying that that autopsy report was screwed from the get-go. I mean, from the time they flipped that car over till the time they burnt that body. The phone call Sammy said was made at 12:36 a.m. that couldn't have been made. Remember, it couldn't have been because Kiely's car went in the water at 12:33. The phone pinged the last at 12:33. And the car supposedly submerged underwater at 12:33. So how did Kiely, who was found deceased in the back of that car, make a phone call at 12:36? Couldn't have happened. Big red flag. The fire cam footage, and when it was released, it came out exactly to the day, 2 months after Kiely went in that water. 2 months to the day, guys. Seemed awful strange that it just pops up out of nowhere. Wasn't that government officials that was in charge of that? Why didn't they check that cam footage the day she went missing? They knew it was pointing in that area. I mean, that would have been the first logical thing that most law enforcement would have done. The fact Kiely's phone last pinged the very minute her car was seen going under the water. That's what I was talking about a minute ago. I myself find it very strange that it would literally ping the very minute that the lights submerged. That's why I believe that fire cam footage was altered. It was edited. I know what other people believe. I know they don't think so, but in my opinion, it was. And of course, we have the whole Truckee Way rule book. I mean, think about it. Does your town have a rule book and how the citizens are supposed to react and how they're supposed to stick up for each other and never talk bad about each other and all that good rules and regulations that they have going on in this quaint little tourist town of theirs? Are you seeing all these shops and stuff, guys? This is Truckee. And the other 999.99 red flags that I didn't name in this video. Those are the questions I have. And as I was saying, guys, this is footage of a walkthrough down through the town of Truckee, showing the shops and the handmade crafts and just showing the quaint little cozy, homey town that all these red flags are popping up from. I don't know about you guys, but I know something is not right in this town with these people, with this law enforcement, and how the higher up law enforcement's FBI and all those can allow this cover-up to go on is beyond me. How AWP can double back on what they believe and what they say is beyond me. We're not the only ones they're going to have to answer to, though. at some point in time, they'll have to meet their maker, and they're going to have to answer to him. Say prayers for all these kids. Say prayers for your own family. And I'll see you on the next video, guys.